I'm Wilder Filch, and you're listening to Playing Games with Strangers. But first, here's a word from our sponsors.
Clara works at the library, which is perfect because she has always loved to read.
Could you tell me where the gardening section is?
Oh, yes, it's right down that aisle, and when you hit the mystery section, you take a right. You've got to sign up.
But when she discovers a book that has an uncanny semblance to her own life story,
I found it under one of the tables when I was vacuuming. There's no title or barcode or anything.
Clara begins to question if the library is as innocent as it seems.
I asked you a question. You have to tell me, what is the library?
The library is the best place for you right now.
Renee DeVault, Zach Phillips, and Clay Cartwright star in this beautifully tragic film about life and what is truly important. Watch The Library by Josiah Crandall on YouTube and Amazon Prime Video.
Oh, hello. It's me, Callum. We haven't talked in a while, but thought I should let you know. We have a Patreon now. Very official. Patreon.com/playinggameswithstrangers. We've got 3 different tiers, bunch of different content you can get. So, if you feel like supporting the show and supporting me, I'd appreciate it. I'm very broke, both physically and financially. So head on over to Patreon and find things like early access, shout-outs on Facebook, and even the chance to watch us record live. And, support your favourite undead hero, I guess.
4, 3, 2, 1. Playing games with strangers. You know there's no danger. So come on in, we're all friends. Playing games with strangers. I'm playing games with strangers. I'm playing games with strangers.
What time of day is it?
It
Dusk.
is the evening. It was dusk when you guys walked into the yawning portal.
That's right.
The sun has since set.
The sun has set not long ago.
So it's night again?
Yes, it is night again.
What times do the guilds usually stay open until?
What kind of guild?
Well, I was going to check with my guild first, but probably.
Oh, you mean your church?
No, the whatever, the Paladins Guild or whatever in town.
Paladins don't have a guild. They are commissioned by the church.
Okay. Then I would probably go to a magic users guild or some sort of hospitalers or something.
Let's
to try
go
to
see
get
the
my...
hospitalers.
Okay. Hospitalers. All right, so you find a place that's called Dr. Nick's. Doctor.
Hey, everybody!
You find a place called Dr. Nick's store of Hospitalergy.
I love Hospitalergy. Does it look reputable? Does it look like something that might be able to help?
It looks open.
Yeah, well... Other than that, how's it looking?
It's looking close.
Yeah, I don't want, close to...
Hi, everybody.
I want competent to heal my leg, not close.
Hello, my name is Competent.
I mean, if you want to hobble all over town at night, we can play that game too.
Well, I'm gonna opt for competent over open.
It's the only one open.
Sorry.
Gareth, if you want to hobble in, buddy, let me get 2 more ales in and we'll be hobbling all night.
I don't know if you could... Have you seen the size of... He's rather big, Wilder.
Okay, so if you're going to look for someplace other than Dr. Nick's establishment of Hospitalergy, you'll need to make a investigation check.
Anybody want to help me?
I'm going to Dr. Nick's.
Nope.
Can't hear you, Celeste. You're muted.
Yeah, I mean, you search around and you find a couple medical purveyors, but they've closed shop for the evening.
I'll wait for tomorrow.
Did anybody else go with Orbach? Did anybody else go with Gareth?
I went with Gareth to help him hobble around.
Gareth, I think this Nick's shop. I mean, look at the sign. That bright red paint. I hope that's red paint.
Did anybody else other than Pough go with them, or is it just...
Nope.
He didn't ask for help.
All right. It was funny. I'm not used to seeing myself on the screen, so I'm sitting there staring at my box, waiting for myself to respond. I'm like, everybody's responded except for you.
Well, I probably would have asked for help, but John just sort of took us right out.
Helped.
And
That's because you were just like, I'm going, and I'm like, okay. You didn't like my first answer, so...
Can I knock at Dr. Nix's door as we're...
Well, hang on a second, because you guys have been searching around, and I'm using this to bring in an element that I've been waiting to pull out.
Is it the water elementals? Are they bad?
No.
Is it fire? Many things?
Is that the element of surprise?
Is it air?
There's not been air this whole time.
Rocks start falling.
It's rocks. It's rocks.
So it's Earth. I was right.
Where's Toph?
Okay, so you guys are leaving the sanctuary of the Blue Cross. For its sign, it has a blue shield, and the medical workers got that. And as you're walking past the alleyway, I need the two of you to make perception rolls.
We're both
please.
very good at perceiving things.
Yeah, except not.
Except not. I think that's a... Let me see. My perception is +2. Is that right? 3. Tell us, Steve.
4.
Tell us, Steve.
4.
11.
All right.
Put them together and we might perceive
Well,
something.
actually, Josiah beat the DC on this. This wasn't a particularly hard roll. Gareth, you are too consumed with your own disappointment of having to wait another day with your bum leg. But Pough, you hear a very distinct sound of someone throwing up in the alleyway as you're going past it.
I know that sound. It is the sound of someone puking. Do you hear that? Hey, Gareth, there's somebody down this alleyway. Do you need assistance?
You just hear it sounds like he's crying.
I thought
maybe the age of a teenager. And he's very
There's
upset.
somebody either crying or puking down here, Gareth. I think we should... You're very good at helping people in their time of need.
Well, thank
also,
you. Hello, friend! Can you hear us?
Oh my gosh!
There.
I approach, and I give I try to give a comforting smile. Do you want me to roll performance for that?
Actually, that's gonna be a charisma.
Do you have your
Even
hat on?
better. Yeah, I have my hat on, but it's not doing anything for me right now. So that would be 3.
He looks at you. Ah!
No, I'm a very. Would you like a biscuit?
I can't. And as you approach him, what you see is you're seeing a elf. He's got elven ears, short black hair, probably about as long as Josiah's hair.
Hippie.
He's incredibly pale, and as you look at him and look down, he's actually been throwing up blood.
That doesn't look very good. Do you need some help?
Do you need medical
We
assistance?
know a guy. His name is Dr. Nix. He's still open.
I can help him, Pooh.
I don't think you guys can help me.
What seems to be the matter?
Well, my name's Chooch.
Chooch?
And, well, I used to be dead.
Go on.
If you would believe it.
I would believe it.
But like a little while ago, I just woke up.
The scorches.
Well, that would be the sun for me. It hurts.
The sun hurts?
Yes. And I can't eat regular food.
Oh. You said a day or two you've been...
I don't know how long. I can't go outside when the sun's up. It's hard to measure time in the dark.
What kind of food can you eat?
Blood.
Ah, well, it's,
It's the worst. When I was alive, I was a vegan.
Yes, that is the pits. Well...
You were from a planet around the star Vega? Vegan? What is the...
He looks at you and hisses.
Would a doctor help? Would... Gheroth does know a little bit of healing.
Out of game, like, turn undead, does it, if it works, does it return the thing to a dead state?
No, depending on its challenge rating, you will either make it flee from you, or you'll just outright destroy
What
it.
does corpse bomb do on someone who's undead?
Corpse bomb. But if it's destroyed, it returns it to a state that is super dead, right?
You would destroy everything about it.
Right.
Including its essence of being.
So it destroys the soul?
Mm-hmm.
Turn undead destroys the soul of the undead thing?
Yeah, that's how you destroy the undead.
Would one then argue that the undead have a soul any longer, and therefore you're destroying the destructed body that is lacking soul?
Yeah, that's what I'm understanding it as.
Rhythm.
It would strike me as very much not a lawful nor a good choice for a paladin to destroy souls.
I would submit to you that when it comes to such as a vampire, the fact that if you were to destroy their body, and the fact that if they return to their coffin and are able to regenerate, it would be the soul that allowed them to do that. Thus, if you are to literally destroy the undead, you would have to destroy its soul in order to have the destruction be complete.
Perhaps they are just very persistent.
All right, Gheroth, I'm gonna maybe Callum. We have a friend who's not quite dead, not quite alive, and maybe he could help sympathize with you or help in some way. I'll be right back.
I run to get Callum.
I'll be here puking.
Gheroth, you try your twinkly hand thing.
I'll stay with him, Pooh. Be quick.
I run to get Callum real quick, and anyone else who wants to come.
Gheroth, you notice that he is very uncomfortable around you.
Sounds familiar.
So just like everybody?
No, not like socially uncomfortable. Like
I know.
He doesn't really want to look directly at you.
Sounds familiar.
So rude.
Brings us back to episode 1, am I right?
Let's see. Compelled duel? No.
Oh no.
Let's see. I'm gonna wait for Pooh to come back.
Unless, well, I'll go into Yawning Portal and go up to Callum.
Callum, we found another undead person. He seems rather scared.
Right. Are you trying to, befriend him too?
Yes. But he seems rather scared, and I think perhaps you might be able to
Me?
comfort him.
You think I could comfort him? Me? I can be of a comfort.
Oh, well, you know what he's going through better than anyone else in here.
That's awful presumptuous of someone's circumstances, but sure. Yeah, you know what? I got nothing better to do this evening. Why not?
And perhaps, maybe, yes, let's, I'll tell the others. Wilder.
I just slapped my hand on your back, Wilder, as you're getting into another drink.
Yeah. Now I have to change my shirt. Yes.
Oh, yes, that is me. What? Yes, where was I? We're going to go
you just
see someone in an alleyway that's not doing so hot.
And?
Just letting you know if you want to come along. Or stay.
Well, now that you've emptied this pint, I don't have much else better to do. I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. We taking Callum and Aileen?
Aileen, you want to come with?
Well, sure. I can do that.
Right on.
So we all head out together up with this fellow Chooch.
All right. So, yeah, the rest of you find Gheroth standing aside, kind of a distance away from a very pale, dark-haired elf who's keeled over and having a bad time.
Gheroth, is he doing okay?
He has not changed much,
right.
No.
Callum, this is Chooch. That's Chooch. Go. Yes, Chooch. This is Callum. He's our undead
Hello.
friend.
Looks like somebody can't hold their liquor.
No, he can't hold food. He has to eat blood.
Oh.
Yes, he's exhibiting vampirism.
And I stand about a foot behind Gheroth.
Right. Hello. I'm Callum. Here to help you adjust to life after life.
Do you
How
have
can
to?
I?
Do you have to drink blood too?
Only when I feel like it.
Well, you don't look vampiric. Does the sun hurt you?
Depending on who the father is.
He looks over at Pooh and he's like, I know you're well-meaning, but I don't think that they're gonna be
He's not, but, you know.
I'm in a bad way.
Clearly. You want to tell us more about what happened? I'm listening. I'm here for you.
I don't know what happened. I was dead, and then suddenly I'm out of the ground.
You know an elven fella?
I
Goes by
am an
Zaios.
elven fella?
Yeah, I got that part. You're not anymore. Newsflash. Aside from yourself, as I assume you probably know yourself better than you know anyone else, maybe, if you do self-reflection. You know an elven fella named Zaios?
I've never heard that name before.
Great. We done here? I turn and look at the others.
I think if maybe you use a little bit more emphaticness.
Alright, let me try again.
Right, be nice.
I'm always nice. Alright, undead fella.
Yeah?
What happened right before you died?
I was killed.
care about you. Great, by who?
It was during the, there was people that were fighting against the insurgents, and there was a big battle, and I got hit with a stray crossbow bolt.
Which is the... Alright, the bolt. That makes more sense than just the stray crossbow. Great. So you just got shot and died. Wonderful. Now, before you died, had you recently been bitten by any friends, lovers, enemies, dogs? I don't know.
No?
Great. And when you woke up, where were you?
In a graveyard.
Perfect.
Which?
You mind telling us which one?
He actually names the graveyard that, a graveyard you haven't been to, Callum. Although the rest of the party was at that graveyard.
We were?
It was the one that had, I can't remember his name all of a sudden. It had Fenric Coldwater's body used to live there, or be dead
that
there.
one. Yes.
Hey, Wilder, wasn't that where, your friend was?
Yeah.
Is this your friend?
No.
Well, that's rude. Don't you want to get along with him?
You'll want to talk. I mean, you don't seem to keep friends very long. So,
Hold on.
Anyway,
okay.
Sorry.
Let's focus on the task at hand.
Sorry.
In the words of Brother Pan,
myself.
blah
blah.
Oh, Bog, I thought you were sleeping.
When did you follow us? Can't sneak up behind a person. You'll scare him half to death. But I'm already there, so...
Then you'll be completely dead. Yeah,
In the words of Panda, is what you were saying.
I was.
Orbog decided to cut you off.
In the words of the wise and late Brother Panda.
Is he dead?
Well, he's not here. I don't think he's dead. I was just saying he was late. He was never on time for anything.
Oh, I see. Alright.
In the words of... you know what? Never mind.
don't cough up blood, please. Oh. I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to Pooh. So, you died, that's where you were buried, and then you came back to life, throwing up blood? How did you get to this point?
I used to be a vegan.
Quick question, Chooch.
Yeah?
You said the insurgency is when it all kind of went down.
Yeah.
You mind me asking you, and I don't mean to sound presumptuous, but, what side were you on in the whole,
I was a civilian. I was just out in the street.
Yeah, that doesn't tell me much. Who were you fighting for?
I wasn't fighting.
Oh, you're just chilling? Just hanging out?
I was getting groceries for my mother.
And you been back to see her yet?
Who do you think I'm throwing up right now?
You ate your mum?
Unfortunate.
Alright, Gheroth, I don't know if you have any magic that can, kill this guy, but you probably should before he eats one of us, because I don't want to be eaten.
Why would you do that?
I'm gonna stand back here again. And I
Perhaps tactful language, Wilder.
Oh, I'm
Does Wilder know what tactful language is?
not today.
I'm not sure.
Not today.
Great.
Chooch, do you wish to remain in this state?
Does anybody actually want to die? I mean, that's the question, right?
Callum?
Yeah, I do. Usually. Every day.
The question is, perhaps, are you already dead and not willing yourself to move on?
He looks incredibly confused. Like you asked a question that was so far beyond his comprehension that...
You understand the term undead, yes?
That means alive by definition, right?
You would think, but it's sort of like a triangle. At one point there's alive, at one of the other points is dead, and then there's a third point, undead. Neither dead nor alive.
Is there another point that's unalive?
That would be the same point, but we term it undead. You are at that point. What I can do is introduce an element to the situation that will sort out what you need sorted out. If it means going on to your great reward, then that's what will happen.
That kind of assumes there's a reward waiting, doesn't it?
It does.
Bold assumption.
One based on prophecies and history? Yes.
History's pretty one-sided, don't you think?
Man's history? Yes. Chooch?
I mean...
If nothing happens, then that is what the deity would deem necessary for you. But it could be something that moves you on towards that great reward.
Can't you just heal this undeadness?
I cannot, but the deity can.
Roll a persuasion check. I'm gonna leave it to the dice on this one.
Oh, great. Dice.
Callum's gonna be slowly stepping away, just backing out of this alley.
A 6.
Actually, that's called a nat 1, son.
You're
Nat
welcome.
ones don't count for ability checks.
Who's the DM here? Still, it's a 6, and yeah, that's it. He's like, I think I'll try my hand at trying to find someone who can actually cure this. But I appreciate your concern. Look, guys, to be honest, I'm not happy about the situation I am in, but I'd rather be this than dead. And I know I just said that I ate my mother, but I didn't kill her.
So she's alive then?
In a manner of speaking.
So is she a vampire then?
In a manner of speaking.
Perfect. Question for you. Just throwing it out there as a little, thought exercise. Fun-filled activity for us all to practice together, maybe. Now you're a vegan, right, you said, so you're not gonna go around hurting people on purpose, right?
Not on purpose.
Is your mother a vegan?
No.
Great. So what happens when she goes out and perhaps feeds on another person that's not a vegan, and now that person goes out and feeds on another person, and now you just got a whole city of vampires?
Oh, we're cattle farmers.
Perfect. Great.
So she's got cows.
I see no problem here. Anyone else?
Not so much, no.
What does it mean with the cows?
Endless food. Kinda like for people who eat cows.
So any type of blood is acceptable? Or does it have to be human, dragonborn, elf.
Why'd you say human first?
Tell you later. Ask me in the dark sometime.
And you can go.
All right.
Sorry, I was getting caught up in the chat here. Yeah, he looks at you. He's like, "Look, I'm really sorry to bother you guys. It's just I need blood to live, but the idea of having it in my mouth, it's just gross."
They do make
Have you
syringes.
considered a straw?
Straw.
He gags.
So no.
We can't.
You are muted, Aileen.
I was saying you should just jab the straw into the cow's neck.
Yeah, that's still blood. Gross.
But
It's not in your mouth.
Tissues and fluids. You want to eat tissues and fluids? Nice fired piece of body tissue. Let's eat that. With your...
I mean, it's lovely in a burger.
So,
just
cook 'em?
Into that clan.
Well, yes, that generally cooked.
Chooch, if you would like, I could perform this ritual, and
no, solid pass, my dude.
whatever happens would be your destiny. If it is to continue in this life, then this is what would happen.
But wouldn't also my destiny be to become this vampire if your deity allowed that to happen?
He may have allowed it to this point. Yes.
And thus, by allowing me to make this decision, if I say I don't want it the first time, wouldn't that also be my destiny?
If that is your choice, yes. But since vampirism is a danger to the public, we may come into contact and conflict again. And this would be a way for us to determine whether or not this is the course that you should take.
He looks over at Callum and goes, "Did he not hear the cow comment?"
Now, I don't normally want to roll against other players, but how likely does it seem that Gheroth is gonna try his divine means?
How likely is Gheroth? Actually, you know what? Callum, make an insight check. It's been a while since I've had to do this.
I love me an insight check.
And Gheroth, if you are hiding the fact that you're going to fire this puppy off, make a deception check. If not, then make another persuasion.
I got a 22.
I got an 18 on persuasion.
Gheroth,
all right, Callum.
Are you gonna do this?
Callum, he seems very sincere about allowing Chooch to make his own decision.
Okay. So if Chooch says no, you're not gonna do it.
That's the vibe you're picking up. Yes.
Okay. All right. That's all.
Callum's like, want some player-on-player action here.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna do anything to Gheroth.
Oh no, not at all.
Well, he's
100% not gonna do anything to Gheroth.
He looks at you and
watch out, Dave.
Chooch looks at you and goes, "Look, you're kind of freaking me out here. So I'm gonna go. Okay,
right, Chooch.
I'll see you later.
I'm sorry that we kind of overwhelmed you with everything, and
Why are you glowing?
What? Me glowing? Am I glowing?
As you look down at your body, you see a glowing K symbol.
Oh, that. Well, consider it like a mistake.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. And then you watch him as his body contorts inward like this, and his arms develop fleshy flaps, and he turns to a massive bat and flies away.
Baby!
Oh.
Can we all see Pooh's K glowing?
Hmm?
Can we all see Pooh's K glowing?
Yes.
Pooh dear, how long? Why is that still there?
Well, it reappeared when... Whoop! If you know what I mean.
No.
No.
When
No,
Rahu went out of my nose back into your nose.
Oh, yes. He did say something about you being in danger. Perhaps we need to mar this cave the symbol like we did when it was in the ground. Does anybody have a knife? Where's Olbog when you need him?
That's what I was going to say. You could just cut off his arm.
Well, it's on body. So
I'm pretty certain he said he carved it into his arm.
It's my arm then.
See, I thought it was his chest or his stomach.
See, I did too. I thought it was his chest.
Although I've had thoughts like that, and it's not a pretty thing. So let's not lose the arm. Can we cover it up? Bandages, something like that.
I don't know if that would help.
Like everybody present to make a perception check, please.
27.
18.
4.
14.
A solid 8.
All right. For those of you who rolled higher than a 10, you notice the wind has started to pick up a little bit in your general area, and you're starting to see little wisps of yellow fabric start to snake their way into your guys' area and start to circle around in a general concentric circle.
Does anybody know what that is?
Wind. It's wind. That's when the wind blows.
When she
The
points it
wind
out,
blows
can we see
with
it?
yellow fabric.
Well, I mean, if there was fabric, and then the wind blew, yeah, I assume, yes.
Mm-hmm.
You don't seem very convinced.
Perhaps heading back to the yawning portal would be the best course of action at this point.
This wouldn't have anything to do with the markings we just saw before I just,
The yellow...
disappeared
the
for a
yellow
little bit.
markings?
There were markings?
Yes, on the side of a wall.
Did we try to read these markings?
It was more of a symbol than a marking.
My little piglet.
Orbog?
It is time to go, gentlemen. Let's go.
Who hears that?
Everybody.
Yeah,
Is the symbol on Aileen's neck showing, or is it gone when Rahu?
No, that's gone, but the symbol on Pooh is lit.
I'm gonna reach
And it's
over
glowing
cast
yellow.
protection from evil and good on Pooh.
Okay.
What are you doing? Is this a hug, Callum?
No.
So, as you hear that, you guys see that the yellow fabric has grown and kind of developed into the shape of a humanoid figure. And then it solidifies into a man in a yellow cloak, a tattered yellow cloak. And he's got a kind of a mask that's made up of what looks like basically skin.
Does he have pointy ears?
I'm gonna stealth.
He's got a
into the
hood over, you
shadows.
can't see.
Does he look familiar?
You remember seeing this mask in its creation.
When was it created?
Does that
Oh.
mean before it was pulled off of somebody else's face?
Oh, you know when it was created.
Do you want to tell me when I know?
You know.
Do I know?
I can feel his symbol around here.
Oh, this old thing.
Is that you, my piglet? My sweet.
No, this is Pooh. With a GH at the end.
The pretender.
Well,
Pooh, I don't think it's a good idea to keep talking to this guy.
Tell me, Pooh. Tell me. Where is my piglet?
I haven't seen him around anywhere.
I'm gonna elbow Pooh.
I have no clue what he's talking about. So.
Does your...
My conduit.
There was a vampire around here.
Pooh, stop talking.
Are there two ways out of this alley, or is he blocking the only entrance?
He's standing behind you. You can go further down the alley.
So, where is Zeus? We need to have...
I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth.
What's that?
I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth.
Okay, let me grab my book here.
I need everyone to make a charisma saving throw.
I'm great at those.
Even though I'm stealthed away, does it still affect me?
If you are
How
within
far away
15
are
feet,
you?
Oh, I'm inching away down the alley. Cause I figure it is safer.
you're probably. I am centering it on the yellow creep.
Okay.
13 for me.
Charisma saving throws? Charisma saving throws?
Charisma.
17 for me. Wow.
Natural 20.
Stevie Mac.
Charismatic, huh?
I got charisma.
Yeah, I got a 26.
Dang. Well, that's fine. It's whatever. You know what? It's fine. It's whatever. What'd you get, Pooh?
I got a 13.
Well, Pooh has to tell the truth.
All right.
Oh no!
So it looks.
Way to
It
go.
looks at,
Oh no! No one else knows.
it looks
But
at you, Pooh, and he goes, "Where is Aileen?"
I am going to
My
drop
little-
protection from good and evil and cast
Aileen,
silence.
she's right over.
Do I see Aileen where you're sneaking away? So
No, you do not. Because I rolled a 23.
Pooh, make a perception check.
17, 18, 19.
If
yeah,
I
you don't-
try to cast silence before Pooh starts talking, should I roll something for it or just like do it?
Silence has a. What is there a DC on that, or is it just happens in the area?
Silence just happens, yeah.
Okay. No. You don't have. There's nothing you have to cast for that. So.
Sorry.
And he cut himself off before he could say anything.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah,
I don't trust it.
She was right.
Listen.
I'm going to cast Silent Image and make it look like Aileen is behind the big yellow guy.
He just kind of waves his hand, and your image goes away.
Oh, we'll shoot.
and I was pointing at her back there because I saw it and I thought,
Yeah, I got what
and
I
then,
got what
then
you were doing.
when she like disappears, I kind of freak out for a second, I'm like,
And then he looks at you, Wilder. You smell like you've been in my home. Did you take my piglet?
No, I would not take anything.
You get a feeling like he's looking into you, like through you right now. He's like, I know a friend of yours.
All right.
Some might say that he's been like a glass of cold water to me.
Oh, that friend. Yes. Well, yeah,
He's had a lot to tell me about you.
oh, really? That I'm maybe not, I guess, hold on, real quick. With Zone of Truth, yeah, so that, I passed that, so never mind. I was worried that I had to tell the truth. Like, he told you that I'm the best at what I do.
But what you do isn't very nice.
Yeah, buddy.
Come now, Mr. Dale. Let's not mince words.
I mean, I suppose if you have things to say, maybe you should say it in front of my friends here.
Oh. Do you want to talk about the results of being around you, Dunward? What happens to the people that you get close to? Do you want to have that conversation? Or do you want to talk about why Fenric Coldwater was so eager to take the parents of the piglet at my very asking?
Well, I wouldn't know about him taking anyone, so maybe you could enlighten us a little bit.
Oh, I'm sure you'd know plenty why he would be eager to take your friends away from you. That you should be alone. Because you kill everybody who loves you, and we all know this. Just like this bugbear here, except in reverse. Instead of being responsible for the deaths, simply being around this cursed mammal will just lead you to death.
Can
I suppose what they say about birds of a feather is a true thing.
does everyone hear this, or is it just...
No,
Okay.
everyone hears it.
Is he speaking out loud or telepathically?
You aren't certain. You can't quite see his mouth.
It's big. Okay.
Yes, but I cast silence, so if he's speaking out loud...
All right, then you're pretty certain he's talking through magic means.
Cool.
I
I'm
think...
comfy.
I'm not a mammal. Buddy, listen here, or think here. I'm not cursed, and neither is Wilder.
Really?
Yes,
Let's ask the son of an angel here how he feels about you, given that you did put your axe in his back.
son of an... Oh, Callum?
You know, it wasn't really an axe in the back so much as it was a sword in the front, so get your facts straight, I guess.
Semantics.
Yeah, well,
Now,
I can't say what I want to say because it's a family-friendly podcast, but
What?
Samantha, F you, bud.
a quick question, sir. Could I have a name? I'd like to know who I'm addressing.
I bet you would.
That's why I asked.
I want my piglet, and I want you to bring her to me. And if you don't, I'll find ways of making you hurt.
Oh.
I'm not interested in giving information that your party is already privy to. You have until tomorrow.
And
then he spins off into fabric and flies off in the breeze.
All right. Callum? Go ahead.
I start walking back towards the yawning portal.
Yeah, heading back there.
I guess I walk out of the... Well, I look where this guy appeared at first. Specific...
What are you looking for?
Scorch marks.
Loose change.
Oh, yeah, there's no scorch marks there.
Callum, you can't just walk off. You know something. And I'm, like, following Callum, very frustrated. Almost stomping.
As Callum is walking away from Wilder, he will not answer.
Wilder grabs Callum. I need to know what you know. Because we're in this together. And I've lost my accent.
oh, I found it. It's over here.
No, wrong accent. I know that you don't want to be with Pooh, and you probably hate Aileen's guts, but he made it very clear that we're in this together, and you can't just keep walking away from things. It doesn't work for me, and it won't work for you, and it doesn't work for Pooh. Also, I've grabbed you. I don't know if that affects you at all.
Yeah, probably. No, I don't think Callum moves. He's kind of looking past you. There was something, familiar about him. Like when you have deja vu.
Yeah.
And I couldn't place it right until the end there. And he was gone, but... he was theirs. And he wasn't. And I don't... It was him. But like someone else was controlling him, you know?
I mean,
And I kind of thought when I'd seen him again, you know, that it'd be him. And I'd just kill him or something, but... It was his body and not his mind. I don't know. I don't know what else to do but run.
I will tell you from my own experience, running won't make things go away.
Yeah, well, you never met Zeus, so anything that can take him over isn't exactly someone that I want to contend with.
It's still going to come and find you. I mean...
Thank you. I feel very reassured by that.
Well, I'd like to reassure myself that there's not more going on with Fenric, but obviously that has come back to haunt me in some way, and I've run. I've become essentially a whole other person to outrun it, and now it's here, it's back, and how far do you run? I mean, you died and you came back and it's following you.
Not by choice.
Well, you never choose things like this. You can't outrun it, Callum. I think, honestly, as much as you hate to do it, you need to embrace this group of idiots that we are, and we fight it. And I don't know how. I don't have all the answers.
We don't have to fight it. If we don't want to. We know what it wants.
True. But that's not good for Aileen. And to be quite frank, I've known her much longer than I've known you. And I wouldn't turn you in if somebody was looking for you.
First time I've heard that one.
Well, I may not be the most trustworthy guy in most circumstances, but I would hope that you could trust me. I've tried to make myself trustworthy for you because I know that you're not trusting of Pough or Aileen and Orbog and Gheroth. So lean on me. I'm working through some things on my own.
I don't make any promises. To you or to Aileen.
All right.
And I will shrug out of Wilder's breath.
Well, there weren't any scorch marks, so I don't think he was related to the people coming back from the dead.
That's what I say as I'm walking up to you guys.
Well, that's good. Everybody hates scorches.
I know it. And my deductive reasoning, that's what you call using the noggin. Do you like that as a catchphrase? I'm trying it out.
You know, something says it would sound more natural if you said your noodle.
Noodle?
It's a hunch.
But I don't have any noodles.
But don't you wish you did?
I wish I had more biscuits.
Has Aileen rejoined the group yet?
She has not.
I'm gonna head back towards the yawning portal.
Hey, Pough, Gheroth, would you mind, keeping an eye on Callum? I just kind of turn around. Aileen, you can come out now. I think it's safe for now. I think we're all gonna go back to the inn, and, well, you can grab a pint if you want. I'm probably gonna need a couple. Hello?
No response.
You're better at the rogue thing than I am. Alright, well. Alright. I'm terrified of leaving you here because I feel like I'll get in trouble when I leave you places. I'm going to assume you're safe and maybe headed back before. And I'm talking to myself. Alright. And I head back to the yawning portal with everybody else.
All right. We are going to cut scene here and come to our final scene. Aileen,
Yes.
as you slink away from your group and off to a abandoned part of the town, where do you end up?
Probably closer to the south side of town, because isn't that an area that's abandoned? So closer to the ruins, which is probably not smart, but I wasn't thinking. I'm just walking.
Okay. Are you going into a building or are you staying on the street?
I will stay on the street.
Okay. You kind of pull off into an alley area and you sit down to take a rest against a building when you think that you've gotten far enough. And you hear the voice in your head saying, "We need to have a talk."
Well, you're piping up now.
Well, my hand was kind of forced at this point. I was kind of trying to spare you from this.
What are you trying to spare me from?
Well, here, it'll be easier if we just do this. And you pass out. And while you're unconscious, in your dream state, you see Rahu standing in front of you. This is much better, talking face to face.
Well, I agree, but are you sure I didn't hit my head on that wall?
No?
Okay, what do you need to tell me?
You're not Aileen.
I'm sorry, what?
Your body is Aileen, but you're not Aileen.
Really? Now who am I?
You are a constructed placeholder.
Okay. Where's Aileen?
She doesn't exist anymore.
Well, that's lovely.
To put it, how to put it. Basically, your body was chosen as a vessel for something else that isn't here yet. So rather than letting it go to decay, they replaced the soul with a placeholder soul. But apparently the personality of the original soul was too strong and it forced its memories upon you. So
that's not the first time I've been told I have a strong personality.
So, yeah. I mean, we can call you Aileen, that's fine, but you're not. And if I'm not here and you're found, they can yank you out of that body double time.
Well, Rahu, what are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Yahoo!
Isn't that interesting?
So for those of you out there in listener land, I hope this was a good cliffhanger to bring you back next time. Please like, rate, and subscribe to our podcast to put us in front of like-minded individuals who are looking for such podcasts to listen to. If you're not already, please feel free to check out and possibly join our Patreon. It allows you to hear the unedited versions of our episodes. At certain levels, you can actually see the videos of the episodes or even watch us play live. That is an option we have now. As well as there's discounts for merchandise, exclusive merchandise only available to Patreons, and other things coming down the way. Let's see here. Am I forgetting anything else? Be our friend on Facebook. Find us on all the social medias.
Be our friend in real life.
Be our friends in real life. Watch Josiah's movie. Check out the Geek Devotions and Com Talk. That helps out Dallas and Celeste.
Yeah.
Also helps out me and Steve because we have our own segment on the Com Talk podcast called Primitive Rhythm Machine.
Yep.
Go look for the stories that Squid has published. Do you want to plug that book, Squid?
Yeah, you can potentially find it on Amazon still. It's called A Day Before the End of the World. I've got a short story published in that. Or if you want to check out a podcast that I'm frequently on as a guest star by one of our Supersonic Pod comic also voice actors, Danny Size. Check out Pint-Sized Art History, which is spelled S-A-I-Z-E-D, not S-I-Z-E-D.
Awesome.
Look for it today.
And then also check out Strangers and Aliens, podcast Steve does with Ben Avery and Evan David and Dr. Jace O'Neill.
Emeritus.
I almost said posthumously, but I knew that was incorrect.
Poor Dr. Chase. You killed him. We're almost on episode 365.
Awesome.
So once we
An
get
episode
there,
for every year.
every day of the year, yeah, you could listen to one every day of the year and get through them all.
So, anything else? Anybody got anything that needs to be said? Obviously, go listen to Supersonic Pod Comics. That's something we're all involved with. So, well, with that, it's been fun. I've tipped my hat on a lot of plot points for this art. So, and I've stuck my thumb in everybody's pie at this point, I think. So, yeah. Hope to see you next time. Bye.
You have been listening to the Playing Games with Strangers podcast, featuring the voices of John Harju, Celeste Mora, Dave Clements, Josiah Crandall, J.S. Earls, Catherine Cherwinski, and Steve MacDonald. The theme music was written and performed by Steve Arthur, used with permission. Find more of his music on Facebook or wherever you purchase music digitally. Please review this podcast wherever you download it from to help other podcasters find our podcast and join our community. And once again, thank you for listening.